It's simple. You're going to make a change. You're not going to say, some people are funny. A sister or a brother will say, Sheikh, wallahi, I wish I could pray. Say, Akhi, ma tsalli ho, salli. Here, look, the qibla's this way. I'll check on my phone, just to make sure the qibla's right. Look, qibla. No, yani, I wish. Ya akhi, why are you wishing? Aho, salli. You have wudu? Come, I'll show you where to make wudu. No, yani, I wish. Wallahi, atmanna, yani, I wish I could wear hijab. But what do you know? What do you mean you know? You know. Not I know. You know. You know why you don't pray. Yani, I wish. Make dua, ya Sheikh. Ya Rab. Okay, so I say to this brother, Ya Rab, get him up now to make wudu and pray. Get up. Ilm wa amal. Kuntum khayra ummah. Why khayra ummah? Because you practiced the good. Ta'muruna bil ma'ruf. You order the good. Do you know what it means, ta'murun? It means you did it and people saw you, so they acted upon it. That's why we call it sunnah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When you talk about Islam, you talk about the sunnah. You talk about what the Prophet did. You don't talk about something he said and never did. That's a rarity. What the Prophet told you to do, he did. آمن الرسول. Before you believe, he believed. بما أنزل إليه, in what was revealed to him. والمؤمنون. And then the believers believed. علم وعمل خير أمة. You want to know if you're from this building nation? You need to compare yourself to the words of the Prophet ﷺ. He says, خيركم لأهله. The best of you, men, is the best of you in how he treats his wife. The married brothers are scared. Start shaking. Allahu Akbar. Your wife on the day of judgment, Ya akhi, yawm al-qiyamah, she's going to come and she's going to say, the angels will say, Ta'ali, come. You need to stand in front of Allah. She says, what do you mean? La, wait. Come with me. Tajurruhu. She'll bring her husband, pulling him on a leash. You'll have a collar on your neck, and your wife is going to pull you in front of Allah. And Allah is going to question her. And she's going to say, answer. You're going to say, what do you mean? Everyone lived. You had your own life. No. The Prophet said, خيركم لأهله. What have you done for me? How have you helped me in my relationship to Allah? خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. Ya akhi, astahlifuk billah. I ask you by Allah, wallahi, in your heart. Answer me in your heart. Don't answer me by your hand or with your voice. How much of the Quran are you attached to? How much of it do you read every day? How much do you memorize every day? How much of what you know have you forgotten? How much of what you forgot do you want to remember and seek to remember it? How much of all of that do you teach? خيركم يأمرون بالمعروف. They invite to good. Second to good, ينهون عن المنكر. They block the path to evil. They block the path to immorality. ينهون عن المنكر. The Prophet ﷺ, he says, the best person to have as your friend, the one that you want to meet, someone who you think, this person, I need him in my life, is the one that when you meet him, you shy away from disobeying Allah. Tastahi, you are shy because you're close to this person that they see you doing something wrong. Why do you think the hypocrites, al-munafiqun, would come to the masjid of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and they would say, Allahu Akbar, and pretend to pray? You had munafiq. In his heart, no iman. He hates Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And yet he would wake up for Fajr to stand. Yura'un an-nas. They do it so people see them. Nowadays, some cannot even be hypocrites. I want you to think about that. Some don't even wake up to pretend to pray. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Yanhawna 'anil munkar. Forbid evil. Keep it away. Distance the evil from people's hearts. You think yanhawna 'anil munkar, it means you stand with a big stick? You say, where are you going? I'm going in there. Okay, don't buy anything haram or I'm going to beat you. La ya akhi. Is this what the Prophet ﷺ has done? Have you ever seen the Prophet ﷺ teach our faith with violence? I want to tell you something. There was a broadcast of secret footage. You know, secret film was put in Islamic schools in the United Kingdom. 4 or 5 Muslim schools, Quran schools, people went in and they put secret cameras filming teachers. And they recorded some of the Quran teachers hitting and abusing the children. Whenever a child didn't read correctly, they'd smack them. They'd hit them. They'd punch them. And this was broadcast on public television in the United Kingdom. And when I saw this, I thought to myself, the Prophet taught, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Anas ibn Malik, 9 years old. Abdullah ibn Abbas, 9, 10 years old. Abdullah ibn Umar, 10, 12, 13, up to the age of 17 years old. He had these young men who he taught the Quran word to word, mouth to mouth, sitting in front of him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Have you ever heard of one of these Sahaba saying that the Prophet ﷺ, when I missed something or I didn't learn something or I forgot something, he smacked me across my face? Is this the way of our Messenger Muhammad ﷺ? La wallah. Tanhawna 'anil munkar is not that you stop people from wrong in that sense. It's that you show them the right so that they choose it always before they choose the wrong. Tanhawna 'anil munkar implies that you have an authority that you discharge, and if you're able to stop, you stop. If you're able to speak out, you speak out. If you're not able to do that, at least you are silent but hate it in your heart. وَذَلِكَ أَضْعَفُ الْإِيمَانِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. And you have genuine belief in your heart. I'm in the closing minutes of my discussion with you, my dear brothers and sisters. An iman that is in the heart is something easy to talk about, something very difficult to practice. It's very easy for us to say, iman and salah and do this and do that, but it's very difficult to put into practice each and every day of our life. And for our ummah to grow upon truth, it begins with individuals. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before speaking about this khayriyah, this goodness in the ummah, He says, كُنْتُمْ عَلَى جَفَى حُفْرَةٍ مِّنَ النَّارِ. You were upon the ledge, and about one more step and you would have fallen into hellfire. And that's your life and my life, my dear brothers and sisters. That's even the life of the Sahaba. The Prophet ﷺ, Allah tells him in the Quran, وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَضًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَنْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. Ya Muhammad, if you were not merciful, kind-hearted, soft in your treatment, your Sahaba would have left you. Abu Bakr and Umar And Uthman and Ali radiallahu anhum ajma'een would have left Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, for what reason? Sternness, harshness, hard-heartedness.